It's rare these days to find an issue, especially a wildlife related issue, that we can solve. And getting a diverse group of stakeholders involved, different user groups, that's going to make this move even faster, which is what's so exciting about sporting lead free.
I've been hunting since I was 11 years old back in Oklahoma with my dad, and I learned of lead-free hunting at Teton Raptor Center when I started as a volunteer in 2015, and because of that, you know, it changed my outlook on everything, and I just didn't know the impacts that lead had on my family, the wildlife especially. But for me, when you see a bald eagle die in your arms because of lead poisoning, and it's something that maybe you didn't do yourself, but other hunters or somebody has, then it's very impactful, and that's why I made the switch.
We're a sporting hunting community, and our environment and the resources that we have are what makes this state so incredible and makes this as an opportunity for us to spearhead this initiative. We have sporting enthusiasts, we have conservationists, we've got a whole group of people, what we are true Wyomingites who want to solve this issue and be part of this great team.
My personal experience with lead-free ammo started when a guy in my hunter safety class showed me a radiograph of a deer and all these little specks that he said were lead pieces that had been spattered about by the expanding lead bullet. And two things happened. One was I became more aware of the impact of those lead fragments on eagles and ravens that might be down scavenging on a carcass. And the second was that I had grandkids. I decided that if the grandkids were going to be eating the meat I was providing, I didn't want to have any lead in it. I made the switch to non-lead ammo.
I'm Kristen Revel, and I'm a high school elective science teacher. I teach a couple of classes. One is a field science class. Probably had 4 hunters in my class. None of them knew, none of them understood the impact of lead on an ecosystem. The minute they figured that out, I almost guarantee they were out like that day or the next day sharing what they'd learned.
So after I finished the field science course in school last year, I printed out the worksheet that we did, and I brought it to dinner one night, and I showed my dad the 2 graphs that we made, and my dad, he loved it. He loved seeing just visually the spike during hunting season. And so after that, I showed my brother as well, and they switched really quick because of how easy it is for people to see that, especially hunters. It shouldn't be even a question to consider switching to non-lead ammunition.
I got into hunting to create a sustainable protein and meat source for myself, and I had a really intense firsthand experience with finding a golden eagle out in the field while I was hunting with a family friend, and unfortunately she didn't make it, and that was a huge wake-up call to me and my hunting partners that we as hunters, to keep our hunting heritage intact, we need to be better stewards of the land as far as, you know, keeping our wildlife safe, keeping our families safe, and using lead-free options in our hunting and fishing pursuits.
After you learn how much lead fragments, you know, when it hits, you know, flesh, it's kind of surprising how much you ingest and don't even know it. And after meeting Jesse and I being, you know, that's our primary source of food, is what we go out and take from the ecosystem. We found it extremely important to just cut that out altogether, and copper was the easiest way to do that.
I'm excited to contribute in a very small way, in a very easy way, by changing from lead ammunition, which poisons non-target wildlife, to switching to copper ammunition, non-lead ammunition, and just make a very easy change and contribute to the rich wildlife legacy, conservation legacy of hunters that have come before.
I've dedicated my professional life to being a biologist, to being a raptor ecologist and understanding the system we have in Wyoming. I've also been a hunter for the larger portion of my adult life. I want to combine those two things to make sure that I'm doing what I can to leave our world and our state better for my kids.